video isn't working very well on the screen. I'm going to take it anyway.
Not blasting anybody out here. It's a little lower. Okay, how's that? Is that a little better for everyone? Great. Well, welcome to the Claris Organizer 2.0 demo. We will be starting in just a minute, but before I did, I wanted to encourage everyone to make sure they stayed through the whole thing. We're going to be raffling off a copy of Claris Organizer 2.0 at the end. And in addition to that, we only have one copy, but we do have demo discs for everyone here. So stay to the end and everybody will at least get to go away with a copy of Claris Organizer that they can take home and use. Before I get started, I wanted to ask a couple of questions of everybody. How many people right now are using a paper day planner? Okay, quite a few of you. And how many people right now use an electronic day timer? Okay, and how many people use Claris Organizer 1.0? Okay, just about 3 of you. Great. Well, I'm really excited to show this product off to you today. My name is James Harker, and I've been working at Claris Organizer for about 5 years, one of the lead engineers. And one of the things that we worked really hard to do over the last couple of years while creating Claris Organizer 2.0 is that more and more, all the software coming out from so many different vendors are just adding more and more features, and the products are getting more and more complex and burdened down. And one of the categories where that's very much happening is in this category, in personal information management, because everybody wants so many things, and they want it to do it just your way. And so while we've added a lot of features for you, and I think you're going to be real happy with them, we've also spent a lot of time trying to design them in a very elegant manner so that the product is really useful on a day-to-day basis. And I'll be pointing those things out to you as I go. Okay, let's get going here. One of the things that's new in Claris Organizer 2.0 is our toolbar. And what you have here is you have buttons to bring up your contact information, buttons to kind of create new tasks and bring up your task information, these buttons for notes, and here you can create appointments and view your calendar, and printing and finding and deleting things. You'll notice that the little tooltip below the button tells you what that button does. Once you've learned how the buttons work, you can just close that up so that you don't have to use that space, especially on a small monitor like a PowerBook. So let me start out by showing you our calendar windows. Here is what our daily calendar window looks like. You can see your appointments over here and your tasks on the right. Our weekly calendar lets you see a whole week at a time from Monday to Friday, both your appointments and tasks for that week. And our monthly calendar lets you view the entire month. You'll also notice that we have, in 2.0 now, we have real banners, so that you can see in a graphical manner multi-day events like our Coffee World Expo, and special holidays such as New Year's Eve. Now, here's our daily calendar window. Now, how many people? To how many people does this look familiar? We really organized this daily calendar window to look just like a paper day book. For all of you Franklin or Day Runner, this is exactly what a paper day planner looks like, with your appointments and your tasks right next to each other. And in the vein of simplicity, I'll show you exactly how easy it is to create an appointment. It's just as easy as clicking and dragging. Let's say that we have a breakfast with marketing. That's how easy it is to create a new appointment. And if our marketing folks called up and said, well, we really need to get to the office a little earlier, so let's go ahead and make this meeting start at 8. Changing that meeting is as easy as just clicking and dragging. You can just reschedule your appointment that easily. One of the things that we found when we had Claris 1.0 in the usability labs is we found that people didn't know that you could easily make an appointment longer. And so we added these little triangles here at the top and the bottom to help you clue into the fact that, let's say you're going out to breakfast with marketing people, and you know how they tend to talk a lot. We might need an hour and a half to get through that meeting. So we'll go ahead and click here and drag this down, and now our appointment's full hour and a half. And since I know that some of us have busy schedules, sometimes we even need to double book an appointment, and so you'll find that even in the case where you have a very busy schedule and need to have 2 appointments at the same time, Claris Organizer deals very, very well with that. If you click on the back one, that'll bring that forward on top, whichever you'd prefer. Well, we figure that probably one of your appointments is more important, so the one you plan to will probably be on top, and you will have the one underneath somewhat obscured. Right, the one that you're probably not going to will be somewhat obscured. So, now, one of the things that I wanted to show you, one of the next most important features that I wanted to show you for people who are using competing products such as Now Contact is how easy it is to bring information into Claris Organizer. And let's say that you are using Now Contact. And all you have to do to Now Contact is go and choose Export, and when you import it into Claris Organizer, you'll notice this Now Contact pop up here. From all of the different import folders we support, we automatically realize that this file is a Now Contact file. We automatically figured that out. And you'll see these field names here in the middle. First name matches first name, middle name matches middle name. We automatically set all of the field mappings up so that it would be really easy for you to bring your information in from Now Contact. So you really don't have to set anything up. All you need to do is click OK, and it'll bring your information from Now Contact in, and now we've got 75 contacts in our contact list. Now before I get too into contacts, I wanted to show you one more really interesting feature in our calendar program, and that is the Claris Organizer's ability to automatically attach and link different items within Claris Organizer. Let's say that you're going to have lunch with Bill. Now you've got 4 bills in your address book. Claris Organizer, that fast, searched through your 75 contacts, realized that you had 4 bills, and automatically said, well, what bill are you having lunch with? Well, I'm having lunch with Bill Lauren, so you could automatically click Attach, and you'll notice now that this particular appointment has a paperclip icon on it. And when you click the paperclip icon, there's Bill Lauren in the list, and when I choose that, here we go with all of Bill's information. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about the contact card for a moment. Excuse me for a moment here. Now, here's the Claris Organizer 2.0 contact card, and do you remember how I was telling you at the beginning that we really tried to be careful when we added features to Claris Organizer not to overburden Claris Organizer 2.0 with all of these different features. In fact, one of the really interesting things we did is we started to research our own data files and users' data files was that about half of the contacts that you keep track of, you only have a name and a phone number for. About half of the other half, all you really have is a name, a phone number, and an address. But if you look at most of the contact cards for electronic daytimers, they've got 1 million fields. They've got 4, cellular phones, multiple addresses, car phones, work phones, daytime phones, 9 custom fields, birthdays, notes. The whole thing gets really overwhelming. So here's how we've been able to boil down the Claris Organizer 2.0 contact card to allow you to really easily see just the information that's important about this contact. And you'll notice here that this contact only has 2 phone numbers. This one is similar. As you go through, you'll notice that the Claris Organizer contact card is just displaying the information that you need. This one now has 4. You'll see that this one had a longer address. This one has more notes. So as you go, Claris Organizer automatically customizes each contact card to optimize to look just at that one contact. But how exactly now, since we went along this route, how do you actually edit the information? Well, actually, it's just really easy. All you need to do is click on a box, and now all the familiar controls and the field labels that you've grown used to are just right there. Now, let me show you how easy it is to enter information on a new contact. I'm going to promote myself today to Vice President. Notice how I just typed a V, and because Vice President is, you've already done that once, Claris Organizer automatically filled that in. There's Claris Corporation. And in fact, you can also just choose something. If I wanted to kind of take a different career direction, you just choose something like that. when you tab through, all you have to do is hit tab and it'll automatically go over to the next series, the next box. And right here you've got phone numbers. So let's say that my phone number is 555-1212. When I tab out of this, because Claris Organizer knows I live in the 415 area code, Claris Organizer not only automatically formatted my phone number, but put the 415 area code in there for me. So as I said before, you can just tab through the fields and it'll move right on to the next work address. Let me type in a quick work address for me. If I hit return, the box just goes ahead and closes, and you'll notice that the address right now is formatted as you'd expect the US address to be formatted. But what happens if I actually worked in the UK? You'll notice that what happened to this address now is that the city is on its own line, because in the United Kingdom they format their addresses differently. And so right here on the contact card you'll see exactly how the address should look for that country, and you'll also see how it's going to look if you print out labels or envelopes. It's going to be something that you're going to send to that address. We also have, as you can see down here, a number of other fields. One of the things that Claris Organizer 1.0 users really asked for was a notes field, which we've added here with comments, and then we have up to 11 custom fields that, as you can see how we designed this, did not really impact negatively the overall usage of the product. Now, one of the other things that people really wanted to do was the ability to be able to write letters. What do you do with a lot of your contacts? You want to send them, you want to mail them a letter, correct? And rather than building another word processor, Claris already owns ClarisWorks. So what we added right here is the ClarisWorks or the MacWrite Pro letter link button. And when you click on this, it'll come up and it'll say what word processor are you using. And these are templates that I've created. You can create your own template, and when you click attach, it'll automatically launch ClarisWorks, bring this information up, and it will allow me to save this letter. You'll notice that it automatically pasted Bob's information into this letter and allowed me to save it. When we go back to Claris Organizer, you'll see now that this file, Letter to Bob, automatically got attached to this contact. What's really interesting about this is we have an alias to the file, so if you need to move that file or rename it, Claris Organizer will always keep track of it. And when you choose Letter to Bob, it'll automatically launch ClarisWorks and open that document. The interesting thing about this is that with this linking ability to all sorts of different things, you can then say, you can drag here. One of the things that you can do is you can say, attach a new, let's say that we wanted to have a lunch with Bob tomorrow. We could take Bob's contact here and drag it down to this 12 o'clock space on our calendar tomorrow. And notice what Claris Organizer automatically does. It automatically creates an appointment called Meeting with Bob. And it's automatically added this to our appointment attachments for Bob. And so as you work with this contact and you build letters, correspondence, notes, appointments, and tasks, Claris Organizer will automatically keep track of your history of correspondence with this individual, and you'll always be able to go back and look at when the last time you talked to him and what it is that you last talked to him about. Can we go over notes? Let's say that we give Bob a call. I can just drag Bob's contact card to this note card. It'll automatically create a new note called Conversation with Bob. And we can time and date stamp this, and we can say that we talked about whatever it is that we talked about. So you can automatically keep as many notes as you want, or with this time and date stamp, you can kind of keep multiple notes, multiple conversations running on the same note. Okay, let me go back to this contact card because there's a lot more interesting things to show you on the contact card. You'll notice that Bob here has an email address, and one of the things that's always such a challenge is that so many different products, such as an email product, they all have their own address book. And we wanted to, for instance, Claris Emailer, we wanted to try to allow you to keep all of your email addresses in Claris Organizer. So we added a button next to the email field, and when you click it, it automatically launches Claris Emailer and automatically addresses a new email to Bob, so that you can keep all of your information in Claris Organizer. similarly, and let's see. Sorry, I think I've actually lost the contact. But what we also can do is that if you type a website into here, you can automatically click the web button and it'll automatically show you that web address. So, for instance, a person who has a company website or a personal website, you can automatically type their website into there. By clicking that, it'll automatically show you in Netscape Navigator or Microsoft Explorer. It'll go exactly to that web address. Another thing that our users asked us for is a birthday field. And when we started thinking about the birthday field, some of the people said, you know, it would be really great to keep track of when somebody is born, how old somebody is, so that, you know, if they've got a 21st birthday coming up, that you automatically can kind of keep track of that. So, for instance, I was born here October 14th, 1967. And you'll notice that it automatically calculated my age, which is 29. Right down here you'll see that it's 29, so you know when you send me a card on my birthday this year, you can give me a little extra ribbing for turning 30. But since you don't always know the age of somebody, you don't want to be forced to type that in. So if you just knew that I was born October 14th, Claris Organizer deals with that, no problem. Now you'll see that we can still see the calendar back here, January 10th. Let me just change my birthday just to show you how on the calendar, Bob's birthday will automatically show up on your calendar. And so that when you're looking in your monthly calendar, there's Bob's birthday, so that you can kind of easily make sure that you don't forget about that birthday. So what's one of the other really important things you have to do with contacts? You have to make sure that you can find them really easily. And that's one of the things that we've paid particular attention to in Claris Organizer. So when you bring this up, finding Bob is just as easy as typing. If you let's find Bill Lauren. You'll see that as I type his name, it automatically goes and just finds him. So just automatically as you type, it finds that. And if you wanted to, one of the things that we wanted to optimize, if you just typed Bill L, it would actually go ahead and find somebody with those initials, and Bill Lauren would in fact be that individual here. So we made our finds really easy, and as you can see with these buttons here, you can also find in your notes, your calendar, and your tasks as well. So speaking of tasks, let me show you a little bit about our task list here. Here's our task list, and wow, it's got 25 items on it. That's probably more items than you can easily manage. So you'll notice that these little pop-ups that we have, these little triangles at the top of each of the list windows. And what this allows you to do is filter down your tasks to only see the ones that you want to see. So right now I only want to see my unchecked tasks. We've got 18 of those. And let's say that I really only want to see the tasks that I've got to do today. So here, well, that's really still quite a few tasks. Let's go ahead and just say that I want to see my highest priority tasks. Now, we've got a much more manageable list of only 7 tasks. And let's say I wanted to be able to come back to that grouping of tasks very often. We can come here and choose Memorize View. And that will allow us to say, let's just say we call this Hot Items. And so now when we have our list where we're showing all of our tasks, we can very easily come back and just see our hot items with the click of a mouse. And you'll also find that our list views are very flexible. You can resize the columns very simply. And if you'd like your date field right next to the task names, let's actually make that a little larger so you can read those a little easier. So you can very quickly and easily customize our list windows. And we did the same thing with the contact list. If you want to see all of your customers who live in San Francisco, right here are all of the customers that live in San Francisco. And now you could perhaps print out some labels to send on an address. Now, how many people out there have ever printed labels before? And how many people have been so frustrated about printing labels in terms of just getting it the way you want? Now, if you could all see the looks, if you could stand where I'm standing and see the looks on the faces, you'd really understand. Now, I'd like to tell you that we have a 12-step program around the corner that you can sign up for to help you get over this traumatic situation. No, seriously, we really spend a lot of time on Organizer making label printing really, really simple. And so here, when you choose Print, back to this in a minute. When you choose mailing labels, you'll see that Claris Organizer automatically brings up a little picture display of the labels that you're printing on the right. And let's say that we're printing Avery 5660. That's one that people commonly print. So here you've got a preview of exactly what the labels look like on the right, and how many people have printed, like used maybe just like the first 5 labels on the label printer, and then you have this expensive page and you don't really know what to do with it? Well, in Claris Organizer you can just type 5 here and it will automatically start on the 5th label, so you can go ahead and reuse that partially used piece of paper. Now, if you remember, we had found just our customers in San Francisco. There were just about 9 of those, as I remember. You'll notice up here that one of the most common things that people, when they get things printed out wrong, if they had just known a little bit about what they were printing, they would have realized that, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. You know, we only wanted to print 9 labels, not 76. So you'll notice right here we have the option to be printing all 76 labels, or just the 7 contacts that are in the list window. So again, just kind of really quickly on the right side, giving you a very brief summary of what you're going to print and allow you to see that, what you're going to print. I'll answer questions right afterwards, just a moment. One of the other things that that you may have seen when I just launched here, was that it brought excuse me for a moment. I'll go print an address book. Was that it actually had this dialogue up here. And I remember a lot of you raised your hand saying that you used a paper planner. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that Claris Organizer worked really well with your paper planner. So, if you have a day runner planner, you just choose that here. And let's say that you have the classic size. This is a very popular planner, but we basically support any size planner you have from any company. And you click OK, and it'll basically go through and customize all the calendar printing, the address book printing, and all the list printing that Claris Organizer does, so that now you can print your address book to a Day Runner Classic, to a 2-sided Day Runner Classic, and also the perforated stock that Day Runner sells. We automatically tell you what the serial numbers are, and automatically set the printing up so that you can easily print that pre-perforated paper. One of the favorite things the Claris Organizer does is it prints these mini address books. And let me bring this out of my pocket here. This allows you to print an address book just this size. Have all your names and addresses on a little address book that's small enough to fit in your purse or your wallet. And this is just as easy as saying print a mini address book, and when it prints out there are some dotted lines that you cut along and stack the pages up, and you fold on the solid line and just put 2 staples on it, and boom, you've got all of your names and addresses in an easy to carry address book that you can then reprint out once a month or once every couple months whenever you want to. So how do you like this product so far? Are you pretty happy with it? Well, great, because you know what? I haven't even shown you both the funnest feature in the product and really the most exciting. And let me show you those right now, because I really only have a couple of minutes. How many people get bored of looking at the same organizer every day? In Claris Organizer, we came up with these looks to allow you to change the look of your organizer. And this really changes absolutely everything, all of your windows. And you can change these every so often. We have quite a few interesting looks. A nice green look here. The rose garden look is really quite popular with a lot of the ladies. And so you really can have a lot of fun with the product as you're using it. Change these as often as you'd like. The last feature that I wanted to show you is something we call Instant Organizer. How many people are sitting around their computer, they get a phone call and says, hey, don't forget to call Bill tomorrow, okay? And you go, okay, hold on, let me launch my Claris Organizer, wait, okay, it's taking about 10 seconds, okay, and now I can go ahead and add it to my to-do list. Well, no, not at all. Claris Organizer right now allows you to have this menu, and it's always available whether Claris Organizer is running or not, and from within every application, such as ClarisWorks or any other application. You can come up here and say create task. Call Bill, and let's say you wanted to call Bill next Thursday. You don't really know what day that is. Let's see, next Thursday, that's the 16th. and you click OK, and what that'll do is that'll automatically put that on your to-do list. So you can just do it that quickly. The thing that I love about this menu is that it automatically shows you the things you have to do today, as well as the phone numbers of your most important contacts. So for instance, if I'm sitting down in my work processor working and I say, hey, what's the next appointment I've got coming up? I can just come up here and click and say, 3:30, that's right. That's kind of early to leave for drinks, but hey, what the heck? Just looking to say, okay, I've got drinks at 3:30, so I only got a couple more hours to work. I better really get down to it. The other thing that's great is that you can do a find on any contact without launching the product. Let's bring up Bob's contact information. Let's say I'm writing him a letter in Claris Works. Just select that information and copy it. Come right into Claris Works. And boom, you've got that information right there. So very, very quickly and dynamically allow you to get information in and out of Organizer without even having to launch the program. Okay, well I think that we are running out of time, and I know that everybody is going to want to have time to raffle this off. I'll take questions afterwards since we're running low on time. Could you pass up all of your cards right now? Great. And we will, as soon as these cards get in, we'll also run around and be passing out the demo disc. We get all the cards in? Oh, pass those up, pass them up, pass them up. What's that? I don't have one right now, but we'll get you one. Okay, here we go. One more. Alrighty. The lucky winner is John Keith. All right, congratulations. Congratulations. Pass that back to John. Okay, and as I'm taking some questions up here, Murray will start passing around the demo discs. Thanks a lot for coming. And go ahead and come on up and bring your questions up here. Thank you so much. What's that? How easy is it to see reports? It's really easy. We've got it.